This looks like Disney World, don't it? I mean, just a little bit, just a castle. But it's not. This is in the province of Buenos Aires, Argentina. In this video, I will cover the beautiful city named La Plata. La Plata translates to the silver in English. And if you look around Buenos Aires, you would notice many things with similarities to that name. For example, Mar del Plata translates to Silver Sea and is a resort city on Argentina's Atlantic coast, and it also belongs to the province of Buenos Aires. Another similar name belongs to one of the most popular football teams in the world, River Plate. And yes, that name needs no translation because although the football team is in Buenos Aires, Argentina, it has an English name, River Plate. In Spanish, that would mean Río Platense, which refers to Spanish dialects spoken in Rio de la Plata Basin, primarily Argentina and Uruguay. But all of these words and names draw their inspiration from Rio de la Plata, which is a large river estuary that forms a natural border between Argentina and Uruguay. And it's actually worth mentioning that it's the widest river in the world. But I'm getting off track. This video is about this city named La Plata, which is actually the capital of the province of Buenos Aires. And to make sure no one is confused, Buenos Aires, the city, is controlled by the government of Autonomous City of Buenos Aires. It's the capital and largest city of Argentina. But this city, La Plata, is the capital of the province named Buenos Aires. To simplify things even more, Buenos Aires is a province. Argentina has 23 provinces. Buenos Aires is also a city inside of the province of Buenos Aires. Similar to New York, New York is a state, and it also has New York City within the state of New York. This city is the fourth most populated city in all of Argentina. The first being Buenos Aires. The second most populated would be Córdoba. The third would be Rosario. But La Plata is the fourth most populated city in Argentina. La Plata is renowned as one of the world's best planned cities. Founded in 1882, it was designed from scratch by Pedro Benoit, a local engineer and architect, to serve as a new capital of Buenos Aires province. Its innovative layout, featuring a square grid with diagonal avenues and green spaces, reflects 19th century urban planning ideas. Parks and plazas were strategically placed throughout the city, providing ample green space and contributing to the city's aesthetic appeal and walkability. Plaza Moreno serves as the heart of the city, flanked by the Plata Cathedral and City Hall. Streets are numbered rather than named, making navigation relatively straightforward. The cathedral, which is that big church I showed you earlier, is actually one of the biggest in Latin America and the 58th biggest in the world. This beautiful market has many different restaurants and eateries and is actually a very popular meeting point in this city. After seeing and smelling all of this food, we became hungry, and we also needed to rest since we've been walking throughout the whole city. We stopped for a bite down the corner at this popular burger joint named Carne, which means meat in English. I found the architecture throughout the city very beautiful. Some of the buildings were modern, some of them had brutalism architectural designs, and some of them had classical architectural designs. But I was blown away by these massive palaces. This one in front of me is a school, and this big white building to my right is actually the city hall. The city hall, Palacio Municipal, is actually bigger than the White House in Argentina, which is named the Pink House in Buenos Aires. This city has many government buildings, and this city was the first planned city of South America, and the first with electric lighting. Construction of this city began in 1883 and was completed in 1888. Remember how I mentioned Disney World early in this video? Well, stay tuned because later in this video, I will tell you how Walt Disney was inspired by this city to build Disneyland back in the United States. But first, I can't leave out the fact that Freemasons participated in the planning, building, and development of this city. Freemasonry is a fraternal organization that promotes brotherhood, personal development, and charitable work. It's one of the world's oldest and largest fraternal organizations, with origins to stonemasons guilds. Members, known as Freemasons or Masons, participate in rituals and ceremonies centered around moral and ethical lessons, emphasizing brotherly love, relief, and truth. Now, this is not a conspiracy, although there is some debate. The fact remains that there was many Freemasons involved in the planning and building of this city. But that being said, not everyone that planned and built this city was a Freemason. Still to this day, you could recognize lots of Freemason symbolism in the design, in the statues, and in the layout of this city. It honestly makes no difference to me whether Freemasons were involved or not, but the truth is out there. The truth is that this city was a planned city. I haven't really played Minecraft, but I used to play SimCity. It's a video game where you would build a city, a metropolis. And this is exactly what they did before all of that technology existed. This city was meticulously planned with a purpose, and they had so much space to work with. That led to most of the city buildings and palaces being bigger than those buildings all over the country. The city of Buenos Aires was watching closely and took note of that. And 30 years after the inauguration of La Plata, the city of Buenos Aires started doing bigger palaces and bigger streets and avenues. The location of where this city was constructed was also very important. They chose to be near the river, that way they could build a huge port. Which they did. They built a very big and important port, but Buenos Aires did not want to stay behind. So they competed with them, and Buenos Aires built Puerto Madero. That was probably the most devastating thing that could happen to La Plata because the port is probably their most important infrastructure for their economy, and it was really gonna help keep the city alive. But it's hard to compete with Buenos Aires because Buenos Aires has a much bigger population, is closer proximity to Uruguay, and is closer to Paraguay and other countries. That's why there was a lot of debate when they were planning and building the city La Plata. Some said it was a bad idea to be very close to Buenos Aires, and others said it was a good idea to be close to Buenos Aires. Back in the late 1800s, 50 kilometers seemed like a longer distance, but now 50 kilometers you could arrive by car to Buenos Aires in less than an hour. There's also trains and buses that take you. And that's why many refer to La Plata as La Ciudad que no fue. They view it as a failure, the city that never was. I completely disagree, and most locals also disagree. And I think it's actually a very beautiful city, and it's worth the trip, it's worth the visit. I was only in La Plata for one day, and I actually thought it was very peaceful, very organized, and very clean. But with my research, I found that it has a very vivid nightlife, and it's a very fun city because it has one of the most popular and biggest universities in all of Argentina. One of the highest regarded universities in all of Argentina is UBA, University of Buenos Aires. A close second is National University of Córdoba, founded in 1613. It's the oldest university in Argentina. And National University of La Plata is another highly regarded public university. Many locals say that the university keeps the city thriving. It houses many immigrants from all over the world, especially many students come to study from all over Latin America. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, my name is Leo. I'm from Miami, Florida, but I've been living in Buenos Aires, Argentina for the past 4 years. I've done extensive traveling throughout all of the United States and all of Latin America. None of my trips are short. I usually travel for weeks or months. That way I get the real experience and a real feel for the city, the culture, and the people. So if you find yourself visiting Buenos Aires, or you're from Argentina and live in Buenos Aires, I urge you to jump on that train, jump on a bus, or take an Uber or drive down to La Plata because it's extremely close proximity to Buenos Aires and it's worth the visit. It's a beautiful, charming city and it's really, really worth the visit. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And read the comments section for more information.